This is such a fascinating film for you to be a part of. Was there something about Luke Langsdale's story or about the character Jean that really drew you to be a part of this?
Yeah, I think it was all of it. It was Luke's screenplay, which is uh, incredibly well written. It's a single location film with a small cast, and it's a this twisty espionage thriller. And so already that's a great selling point. On top of that, you have John Cusack and Mira Sorvino and Brianna Hildebrand and Geza Rohrig. Um, it was before I even read the script, knowing all of that. I was pretty confident I was gonna like it. And I read it the day that they sent it to me, and I said, let's go. And I was on a plane to Mystic, Connecticut within a few days. So it really happened fast.
What kind of backstory then did they give you about Jean and his joining the military?
None, none whatsoever. Um, that was my job to play if I so wished. Uh, but um, But no join, no reason to join the military other than, probably being conscripted, drafted to join. But there was stuff I built in my backstory to kind of to get me there. But the real meat of Gene was the mission in front of him to spy on his future in-laws without letting his fiance know.
Yes, there's such great chemistry between you and Brianna. Talk about working together.
To be honest, great. We didn't know each other before this film, and so you have to work fast to kind of create a relationship. And so when we got to Mystic, one of the first couple of days, she and I and the director Mike Day went out to dinner, and which I find is like I try to do that in every film I can, uh, because just having a simple interaction, sharing a meal with your co-stars before day one of production, it just gives you a relationship. It gives you something. You might have had a joke, or you might be like, "Oh, I have a dog too." Simple things like that, they can make a difference. It can make a difference in feeling comfortable with each other on set. And Brianna's so easygoing that like it just it's just easy, very, very easy. Which you never know. You never know what's going to happen. So I was very lucky.
There's a lot of action to the movie as well. What was the stunt prep like?
No stunt prep. You just get thrown in there. Luckily, I have a long history of doing stunt work and doing some action stuff. So, and nothing was too, I'm the first one to be like, "That's a great stunt. Let the stunt guy do it." I have no problem letting stuntmen do their work because they're much better at it than me. Um, but the stuff we did in this film, some of the fight stuff, there's a great fight scene at the end that we actually choreographed quite a bit. One of our producers was he's also a stuntman, and it was a really, really important fight to me. Really, really important fight to me. And there was some stuff that like I really, really fought for, no pun intended, within the sequence because like it's just like it's the culmination of something without trying to give stuff away. And I saw an opportunity to do something that I hadn't seen in a fight before that wasn't big and flashy, but was just, I felt like dramatically tense. And so that day, it was the last shot of that day. It was the last shot of my wrapping the film, ironically. And it was a buzzer beater. Like we were losing light and it was happening fast and we worked so fast and I thought it turned out great.
I was just gonna say, is that the scene then that you're most proud of the work you put into?
Um, I, maybe I think there's yeah, I really like that. That it's but there's so many elements in this movie that like I really loved working with Geza Rohrig, who he's a Hungarian actor and he was in this film called Son of Saul, which was Hungary's film they submitted for Best Picture, Best Foreign Picture, and I believe they won. Uh, he he's such a subtle, wonderful, rich actor, and any scene I had with him, I just looked forward to because no idea what was going to happen. And he and I like we remained close after the film, and we text each other pictures of our kids and stuff, and so that's really special. And he's someone too that I feel like I can't wait to work with again and again, hopefully.
Well, there's a thrill ride through and through to this. It's not just a World War II picture. That's certainly the backdrop of this.
Hmm.
But there's a thriller I think that you could set through any era. And
Hmm.
it's this little tiny town,
Hmm.
and you're sent to spy by the government. It could be a modern tale for
Hmm.
all we know as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Is that what you think is going to make this such a fascinating must-see film? Because there's never a moment, a dull moment where you
Mhm.
don't know what's happening, where you do know where it's happening, where you know where this is going to go, how it unfolds.
Yeah, I think that's what's great about this film is, and I've said the same thing before. It doesn't, it doesn't feel like an outdated or old film. It feels like it feels like a taut thriller. It just so happens to be set in the 1940s. And also too the fact that like while it's not based on a true story, it is very much inspired by things that were going on in this country that maybe a lot of people didn't even know. Uh, that how the US was sort of infiltrated by fascism at the time. And I think that that makes it sort of topical. Um, and yeah, it just allows people to be people in an extraordinary situation. And I think what pushes through for me is the element of like a person being asked to not be truthful with the person that they love, for fear that there's a part of them that they don't even know about that is not honest. And I think like that's what drives this. Like that's the engine of this story is like loving someone even though you know there's a possibility that there are skeletons in their closet, um, and seeing where the destruction takes you.
Well, certainly this is an exceptional role for you, so I'm so glad I got a chance to explore it with you. This movie is just outstanding, and the work you put into it is wonderful.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.